So what will become of the red zone? Well, Sarah still can't make up its mind. So a new plan to turn the entire area into a native forest is gathering momentum. Here's Jared McCulloch.
Once housing many properties, parts of eastern Christchurch sits bare, with some dwellings still fighting insurance and clearance. But a local group has a plan for the area's future, turning the spaces back to their original beginnings as native forest. Something that's quite personal to Ashley Campbell.
My parents were living in the red zone and I looked at a map and went, something could happen here.
So a year in the making, Campbell helped start up the group Greening the Red Zone to construct a plan for the future of the once thriving residential space into an over 400 hectare forest park. The idea is to transform the area of the red zone, once accompanied by houses, into this, with both forest and wetlands throughout, a snapshot into a century's time. It spreads from the Richmond area around the Avon River and finishes up at Bexley and heading out to New Brighton.
There's this huge area of land that runs through a massive part of our city that touches so many people's lives, and this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to do something magnificent with it.
And Campbell says it's a full plan compared to others that have been put forth, something that will incorporate all the red zone.
Most of the ideas are for bits of the red zone. They're just looking at one section and what they can do with that section. Our idea is a coherent, integrated plan for the entire Avon River Red Zone. So it's not bits put together wherever they can fit. It's actually a plan for the whole thing to work.
The group has made a submission to the long-term plan hearings at the Christchurch City Council, not asking for money, but proposing the idea as a way to generate health, wealth and well-being. The cost of the park hasn't been finalised, but has a ballpark figure of no more than $45 million. And Campbell says she was happy with the reaction from council.
I was actually very pleasantly surprised, because every time I looked up and looked around the councillors, most of them were grinning from ear to ear, which was just lovely. We've had fantastic feedback.
And she says the public are backing the idea too.
The support has been amazing, and actually from places where we weren't sure we'd get support. But we've had, I would say, 95% of people on Facebook, on websites like Rebuild Christchurch, through the newspaper, everywhere. They love it.
The proposal is also designed to be profitable, with the park ending near New Brighton, another way to rejuvenate the area. But she says it'll be more than that, it'll also be a treasure to locals.
People will be able to go in, they'll be able to walk, they'll be able to cycle, they'll be able to kayak, canoe, they'll be able to listen to the birds. In 100 years' time, they may be able to do treetop walks, treetop adrenaline rides. You know, we're actually talking about an active place where people can get in and really enjoy nature.
And it's designed for tourists as well.
What other city in the world has got restored native habitat running from the centre of the city right out to the sea? And what other city in the world offers tourists the opportunity to perhaps jump on a land train, take a horse trek, take a boat ride, right through this beautiful landscape, guided tour talking about what's happening, what you're seeing, what these birds are, what these trees are, what was here before, how this came to be.
However, nothing can be put in place or done until central government decides on what they want to do with the near blank canvas.
The future of the red zone is in the government's hands. They are the only people who know what they're planning at the moment. Nobody else knows. It's a bit of a source of frustration that the consultation hasn't begun yet. But what it does mean is it gives everybody in Christchurch the chance to let the government know what they really want.
They'll be hoping to take the red out of the red zone and see the green flourish into the future. Jared McCulloch, CTV News.